Last year, we came to New York with a simple message. Beehive is the one place to build. We put it on thousands of subway cars across the city, letting people know that even back then, Beehive was built for more than just newsletters. To us, it was never a slogan. It was a roadmap. In just the past few months, we launched podcasts, reimagined our website builder for an AI-first world, expanded digital products with webinars, coaching, and other new ways to earn, launched a suite of tools for paid subscriptions, and became the first in our industry to launch an MCP, built for the next generation of AI tools. And as we've expanded our platform, hundreds of thousands of new creators have joined Beehive because they believe in our vision too. But there's been one thing they've been asking us since day one. How can I build a deeper relationship with my audience? Today, we have an answer. You can now build your community directly on Beehive. This is what turns Beehive from a place you publish into a place you belong. For years, creators have used newsletters and podcasts to build audiences. These channels give you a direct line to the people who love your work. But they're one-directional. While you can reach millions of people, there hasn't been a real way for them to connect with you and with each other. So creators are forced to piece it together. Discord, Facebook groups, Slack, maybe even Circle. But here's the thing. Bolting on a standalone community tool doesn't actually fix the problem. A tool that doesn't know who your subscribers are, what they've read, or how long they've been following you is just another silo. Community on Beehive is different. Now you get a fully integrated space where your subscribers can gather, connect, and grow closer to you and your brand, all inside the platform where the rest of your business already lives. Here's how it works. You can get your community up and running in minutes. Let's use my newsletter, Big Desk Energy, to show you how easy it is. First, choose your model. Do you want it open to everyone, paid only, or something in between? Totally up to you. Then you can pull in everything you've already created on Beehive. Your newsletter posts and podcast episodes all sync automatically. From there, make it yours. Choose your colors, style, and theme so it looks and feels like an extension of the brand you've already built. The final product is a dynamic community where conversations happen naturally and deep relationships are built. Now that you have your community, you can invite your subscribers to join. You don't have to deal with imports or separate sign-up flows. And when they arrive, here's what they'll find. At the center of it all is the community feed. This is the main hub which pulls in content and conversations from across all your channels. Members can post text, images, audio, and video, and they can react, reply, and repost, just like you'd expect. Together, this unlocks a level of interaction you just don't get with newsletters or podcasts alone. It turns a one-way channel into an actual conversation. And speaking of connection, members can follow each other, which helps surface more relevant content in your community in their feeds. They can also message each other directly, so your community can take on a life of its own. Let me show off how messaging works. We built a full messaging suite that supports both direct messages and group chats. And it's available on both desktop and mobile, so you can take the conversation on the go. Now let's jump into channels. By default, you'll see a few already set up for your newsletter and podcast. Every new post or episode automatically shows up there, giving your community a place to engage with that content in a more meaningful way. But you're not limited to just that. You can create channels for anything. In my community, I have a hiring channel for founders building their teams, and a bunch of local channels like SF in New York for those looking to meet IRL. If you've used Slack or Discord, it'll feel familiar. And that's really just the surface. You also get analytics to show you what's working, notifications to keep people engaged, global search to make everything easy to find, and moderation tools to keep everything running smoothly. Now let me be clear, this is not a Beehive app. This is your app. You own it, you control it, and you're not fighting an algorithm to reach your own audience. Think about it this way. Your newsletter and podcast are where relationships begin, and now your community lets you go deeper.
Millie for Beehive, take one. I think what I'm most passionate about is really people. We have like an old proverb in New Zealand and it asks the question, what is the most important thing in the world? And the answer is he tangata, he tangata, he tangata, which is it is people, it is people, it is people. And when I trace back the thread of my entire career, people have been at the center of it. Generalist Wallet is made up of a few things. We are a community, first and foremost. We are a newsletter. We run lots of events all around the world, and we have a podcast.
Hey, it's Millie, and welcome to the Generalist World podcast.
The whole premise is that these people have never fit into a box at work. This was me 4 years ago. They probably don't even have the language to talk about what they do, and that's lonely. The magic that has happened since starting Generalist World, I just have story after story after story of when people find their people, how everything else in their life unlocks.
What we're seeing is that our podcast email is getting really, really high opens, and our job ops is getting insane, like over 8% click-through rates.
Damn, we should look at these more often. Beehive is the engine that runs Generalist World. We send our newsletters on there, we host our podcast on there, and it's also so cute. Now all my analytics are in the same place.
New sequence retains people at every step.
I also use it to sell digital products. We have this positioning guidebook, and every month it's like $1,000, something like that, that just comes in. I'm not a full-time writer. I'm not a full-time project manager. I'm not a full-time operator, but having all of these things under the Beehive umbrella means that I don't need to be. Community is an art and a science. You can connect on socials, you can connect on LinkedIn and Instagram, but you're not really connecting. The key part of our entire business is community. And right now we host it on Slack, and that's not a custom-built platform for community. So when I heard that Beehive was creating a community, I was like, okay, well, this just A, makes total sense, and B, it brings everything under the one roof. It's really the missing piece of the puzzle. I think my journey on Beehive and as a founder and a creator and wearing all these different hats has kind of been beyond what I could have expected at the beginning. I really had quite small expectations of being able to just help a few people, and now we are at nearly 60,000 subscribers. This time last year, that was 20,000. It just keeps expanding. It just keeps blowing up. I really don't know if I could have done this on any other platform as seamlessly and easily as I have done on Beehive.
Building a content-led business isn't just about maximizing reach. It's about building something people want to stay connected to. And community is just one part of that story. A few months ago, we launched podcasts. You can now host, distribute, and monetize your podcast all directly on Beehive. The thinking was simple. If your newsletter, your website, and your subscribers are all in one place, why should your podcast live somewhere else? Since then, thousands of creators have already made the switch, racking up millions of downloads. Here's why. First off, we've made it super simple. Launching a new podcast or migrating your existing one takes just a few minutes. And once your show is live, getting it out into the world is just as easy. When you publish a new episode on Beehive, it's automatically pushed to major platforms like Apple, Spotify, and Overcast. We've also expanded that to video. Upload once, and we'll take care of publishing to Spotify and YouTube. And as your show grows, you're not guessing. You have the data to optimize in real time. Our dashboards are built to IAB standards with real-time reporting, bot filtering, and breakdowns by country, device, and platform. But distribution and analytics are just part of it. The real value is how your podcast connects to the rest of your Beehive ecosystem. Because your podcast is fully integrated with your website, each new episode has its own page, complete with an interactive transcript, playlists, and more. So instead of sending your audience somewhere else, you can keep them on your site. And that same integration carries through to your newsletter. You can embed episodes directly into your next send, your welcome flow, or any automation. So instead of managing a stack of disconnected tools, you're running everything from one platform. And of course, monetization is built in. You can bundle your podcast with a subscription so only paying members have access. Or create a freemium podcast where some episodes are free and others are behind a paywall. And this is just a start. Dynamic ads are coming soon. If you want early access, get in touch with our team.
Your podcast needs a home base, right next to your newsletter and the rest of your business. Our website builder is making that home base more capable than ever. And it's completely AI native, which means you can design and build with just a simple prompt. Every week, thousands of people are building totally custom, interactive websites without writing a single line of code. But a beautiful landing page is just the start. Let me show you what I mean. Say you're a running coach with a growing audience. In minutes, you can launch a dedicated landing page with all your coaching plans. Add some testimonials from past clients, or pull in reviews directly from your socials. Then, when someone signs up for your newsletter, get to know them with a few questions. What are their goals? Weight loss? Marathon training? You start to get a real understanding of your audience instead of just collecting emails. You know who they are, what they want, and how to segment them. From there, it's simple. Some people get your standard newsletter, but the high intent ones get something extra. They're enrolled in an automation that delivers a free training guide plus an invite to your next live webinar. They show up, they love it, and when the timing's right, they book a coaching session with you. Even if it's a long journey, you can track performance every step of the way. Our analytics tell you exactly who's visiting, where they're coming from, and what's actually converting. And that's the whole funnel. Websites, newsletters, automations, webinars, coaching, and more, all in one place. A beautiful website is really just the starting point.
Personalized coaching is just one of the many digital products you can launch on Beehive. Webinars, templates, guides, whatever your expertise is, you can sell it here. And Beehive is one of the only platforms that doesn't take a single cent of your earnings. If you're selling physical products, we've got you covered there too. We integrate natively with dozens of tools and platforms. But monetization doesn't need to stop at one-time purchases. You can turn your audience into recurring revenue with paid subscriptions. We're leading there too. Publishers on Beehive have generated more than $50 million in subscription revenue, and they've kept every cent. All that revenue is powered by our industry-leading subscription tools, and we're still adding more. We recently introduced metered paywalls, paid trials, and group subscriptions. These are the same tools used by leading publishers like the New York Times, and they're now available to every Beehive user. Metered paywalls let you gate content after a set number of free reads. So your posts still get discovered and shared, but casual readers are nudged to upgrade. Paid trials give readers a taste of premium content at a discounted rate. You get a credit card on file and a subscriber who's already invested. And group subscriptions open up an entirely new revenue stream, letting companies and teams buy multiple seats under a single account. The best part? We don't take a cut of anything you earn. Zero. Unlike a lot of platforms you've probably heard of. And while they take from creators, we send opportunities your way. Our native ad network delivers premium sponsors right to your newsletter. And we're constantly adding new inventory from leading brands like Roku, HubSpot, and Kalshi. And we've completely reimagined the experience. You can now browse available ads on demand, whenever you want. Just type /ads into the editor and drag and drop the available sponsors directly into your newsletter. Or, if you'd rather put monetization on autopilot, we recently introduced programmatic ads that automatically display the most relevant sponsors for your audience. Think YouTube ads, but embedded in your newsletter. And if you're selling your own ads, we can support you there too. Take advantage of our sponsorship storefront to showcase your rates and available inventory. Set your own pricing, have advertisers submit their creative, and complete payment. It's all in one place, with no back and forth and no hassle. We handle everything from automated reminders to invoicing. At this point, one thing should be clear. Products, subscriptions, ads, however you earn, it's possible on Beehive.
Even with all of these updates, we haven't forgotten about the heart and soul of our platform, the visual editor. Introducing the all-new editor experience. What you see while you're writing now matches exactly what shows up on the web and in the inbox. So no more flipping back and forth between the editor and the preview just to make sure everything looks right. But it's not just a visual upgrade. It's now more flexible and more powerful than any other writing experience on the internet. We've talked a lot about what creators can build on Beehive, but our platform is also helping teams move faster, work smarter, and grow at scale. David Begno and his team at the Do Good crew know that firsthand. Here's how they're using Beehive to run a modern media business.
I've been a journalist for 25 years. I was the breaking news guy. From disaster to man-made massacres, I knocked on more doors of people dealing with tragedy than I'll ever remember. What I see on the news is not a world I want to live in, and so I pivoted.
That's kind of our thing already.
I started Do Good Crew in 2025. In the 25 years of telling stories, I never had a place where I could go and build my own community. But now, even in the last 12 to 13 months that we've been working with Beehive, so many new features have been rolled out that as I want to see more, come to find out they're already working on it.
But we could segment all the people who have clicked on the podcast stuff. We've obviously had a huge subscriber growth.
These tools that have been brought to our disposal have enabled us to activate things that I didn't even think to ask for. Do Good is a place where you can come and see stories that remind you of our better angels. And it's a place where you can get involved to do some good in your community too. Our community is our bread and butter. Without the community, we don't exist. The benefit to community on Beehive is you're telling me I've already got a newsletter on your platform. Now you're going to give me a place where the people can just go to talk to each other and support each other? Beehive wasn't just an option that we landed on. I picked it because Tyler and team treated us like a priority from the beginning. I did the news for 25 years. I'll be candid with you. It's tough to see the traditional side collapsing and contracting at the same time. It is exhilarating to see a bit of a wild, wild west where everybody's kind of claiming their stake in their land. I'm not saying this is going to make everything right, but if it does something for you, I feel really good about that.
Whether you've got a team like David's or are working solo, Beehive gives you the tools to scale your business. And we're always building more. I mentioned earlier that Beehive was the first in the industry to launch an MCP. Many of our users, myself included, are already using it to analyze growth, automate workflows, and make better decisions. And today, we're taking the next step. Introducing Beehive Copilot, our native in-app agent. Copilot is a full-time operator that never sleeps, knows every subscriber by name, and is available whenever you need it. Let me show you what it looks like in action. Honestly, I'm getting tired of this whole CEO thing. I want to make enough money with my newsletter so I can quit my job. Maybe Copilot can help with that. Copilot, how can I make more money for my audience?
Why not launch a digital product?
What should the digital product be about?
I'd recommend something for early stage founders.
That makes sense. But what kind of digital product could I build for them?
Fundraising content really resonates with your audience.
Yeah, that post crushed it. The Series A playbook feels like the right move. Let's go with that.
Perfect. Here's an outline.
Cool. I'll take a look and work on it tonight. But when it's done, how can I make sure the launch is a success?
How about we bundle it with your new community?
It's a great idea. Let's create a new fundraising channel in my community and invite everyone who purchases this product.
It's ready to go.
And just like that, Copilot helped me quit my job. Everything we showed you here today is live, right now. Community, podcasts, websites, digital products, paid subscriptions with 0% fees, built-in monetization, and AI tools designed to help creators move faster than ever. But it's not really about the tools. It's about what these tools enable when they come together as part of a single unified ecosystem. Today, Beehive is the one platform where you can deepen relationships, own your data, and turn attention and expertise into lasting revenue. That's the real reason we started this company, so that the world's best creators can spend more time creating and less time figuring out how to piece everything together. There's never been a better time to own your audience and build something great.